Hey coaches, welcome back. This is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How you guys doing today? I got a request yesterday and I've been having a lot of phone calls emails or contact regarding the wing T formation. I guess it's getting a lot of popularity over the last month or so. One of the YouTube viewers asked if I could do a video on the numbering system of the wing T, and I told him a few weeks. But we're just thumbing through a couple of books last night that I'd gotten on the wing T last year because I've been meaning actually to learn it myself. I mean, I know of it, but I know they've got a weird or a unique, goofy numbering system, especially the old Delaware wing T. I've got a few books on it that had their own kind of numbering system. I use my own kind of things for a couple of things that I've done that are really single wingish, double wingish, but have never really gotten into the Delaware wing T, which is what we're going to do today for that request, is look at the Delaware wing T, the traditional formation, and how it's numbered. And let's see, I got up about 7 this morning and have been looking through books and websites and things, really trying to come together and figure it out. So before we get into that though, please subscribe if you get a chance, comment, hit the notify button. That really helps me out with Google. So please subscribe to the channel. That's free and helps me out a great ton. As you can see, I'm working on wing T formation ebook from the Selected Youth Football Series. That should be out in a month or two, but I thought I would jump into this and start talking about learning the traditional Delaware wing T formation and kind of how it works for numbering and all that good stuff for a play. So let's get into it. So just so if you don't know or already know, the wing T is a combination of the old T formation, which has been around since like the 1880s, the single wing since 1910, and double wing since about that same time, and then some of the Dutch Myers spread for some of the newer stuff that's going on. It started in Maine and Delaware by Coach Dave Nelson. And it got kind of popular in the 70s. I guess the Chiefs did some stuff in the 70s with it and scored a lot of points in a game and made some history with it or something like that. But that's kind of that. I've known about it because I watched, I guess I've known about the traditional numbering system because I watched a offensive line video about 10 years ago, and he had some weird numbering thing going on, but I was more concerned about the blocking and things. And so today, because of the request, I actually learned about this numbering system. So let's take a look at it right here. So just in case you haven't seen the formation, here's the formation. It's got a wing back to one side. This is their base formation. It's called the 100. And it has a wing back to the right there. And then they've got a split to the left. And you can see the two backs here. They call this back over the tackle 7 a dive back versus a half back or a tailback. Then you've got your full back. And then you've got your wing back. And you can see here in the T, this is where the wing back would be. And in a double wing, this is where the dive back would be. And they've got a real easy tag for that. So that kind of goes there. So that's the formation and what it looks like. Now let's talk. It's not really whole numbers per se. I've got the players numbered, and that's how they work this stuff out. The backs really aren't numbered because we'll talk about that here in a minute. But the players are numbered, and you can see it. It goes from, let's see, you really start from over here, right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The center is 5, okay? And so That's kind of the hole or point of attack number that they're going for. And so that's what the formation looks like. Now let's jump into how the actual play is numbered. Let's see if you want me to talk about some real quick other things. Let's see. The gap splits, they say 2 feet, but for you football, it's probably 6 inches or a foot. You've got the depth here. So I think everything's there. Yeah. So, okay. So let's go into the actual Delaware wing tee play numbering. There's an example down here, and this may help. Spread 929 trap option. And so you can see there's a total of 5 parts there. The first part is a prefix, which is possible. Okay. And then 5, this last trap option, that's also a possible suffix. But there's 3 numbers that a play must have every time, which you can see here, 2, 3, and 4. So the second number here on that, in the must-have area there for the play, is the formation. And that'll put, where the wing back goes, basically, and how the split end splits. And that's kind of what's going on there. And then there's a series, which is the second of the numbers. You can see there's 3, so that third part. It's a series of kind of play actions for how the running backs will move in the backfield with the quarterback. Not so much the wing back, but the quarterback, dive back, and fullback. How they're going to move within the backfield. And then 4, the 4 in this, is the point of attack of where the back and the ball is going to. And it's not so much a hole as it is where the block is going to occur by the lineman and the running back, if that makes sense. So that is the possible 5 parts of the play call. Now you can have, and there's go or whatever, but this is the main part of the play. So the prefix is like they could say an I versus their regular deal, or spread, like they've said spread here. So that changes up kind of how the backfield and the ends will align. And then they've got the base play in the 3 numbers there. And then the suffix is a blocking call, which is a tag. I call these tags. They've got a front tag and a back tag to their basically numbering play system. So that's kind of how I look at that. So since every play must have a formation, series, and point of attack, let's go into those kind of in detail. So here are their traditional Delaware wing tee formations. There's several of them, and here they call them 100 or 900, 300 or 700, and you can see what they look like here. And they're really and it's really based on where the wing back is going. And it's kind of like in my system. If I say right, usually like in an I wing, that's where I'm putting my wing back. So this is the similar thing. So I think I don't know what did they say? It's back on the previous slide. Wing back is on the right when the formation is a 100, 200, 300, or 400. And then wing back is on the left if it's a 6, 7, 8, or 900 play. So that's what you've got here. So here are the 2 base formations that I've run quite a bit. I don't call them 100, 900, 300, 700. I've just named them within my stuff, my verbiage. But this is the 4 that I've pretty much used quite a bit myself. And so there you've got those. Those are kind of what I would say the base stuff that probably the majority of people are going to use. And so there it is right there. And then you've got some more formations here, 200 and 800, which is split, which I use this quite a bit. 200 and 800, I didn't know that I'd been doing a split wing, within a tight kind of thing, and there it is, because I've been running double wing plays out of the split kind of thing. And so there you go. I just didn't follow their numbering system. And those plays that I have of the top 5 wing T plays that are out on coachparker.org, if you look at those over there, those are in my verbiage, and I don't do this because I've gotten some newer wing T books, and they don't go by this old-timey verbiage here. But so let's go down to this next one here, and we're starting to get into a prefix. You see I-100. So they just go to an I formation there versus a 100 formation, which was in their wing T. You see, kind of, there's that. And then the same thing over here with the Pro 100. It splits out the wing back. And so you get a more of a kind of an NFL look with 2 wide a split in and a wide receiver. And, they could go to a Pro I, which would put that in the split, but right here it's a Pro 100, which still has kind of an offset T here for that wing back. So you can see what's going on there, maybe, hopefully. Here's some more plays. This is the red formation, which I think is a 400. I couldn't find, there is no 500, but I couldn't find 400 and 600, which I think are red and blue, which are just a double wing with the split to the opposite of the wingback side. So there's that. It took me a lot of time this morning really to kind of understand this traditional Delaware wing team stuff. So for you guys, I can understand why you didn't get it, and I can understand why for about 10 years I haven't really delved into learning this. But since I'm trying to write a book about 50 wing T plays and kind of go through that, I decided I would probably learn it. So here we go. So here's another prefix, a spread 100, which puts the wing back on a split inside, and so you can see that there. The tight 100, well, you can know what that is. You got the 2 tight ends. Here is a split 100, the split end versus a wider end, so that's what split comes in a little bit. You've got this slot 100, there it is. You've got a right, which is an overloaded deal here, and then loose, which is both of your tight ends go into splits, and then you've got kind of a slot guy over there. So that is really the base formations and some prefixes of their traditional formations. And so that's kind of like the first part of the number. So of the prefix, and then the first digit of the 3-digit number. Does that make sense? Okay, so here's the second number, and it really defines kind of the action in the backfield by the quarterback, dive back, and fullback. Not so much what the wing back is doing. So it's the action of the 3 backs, which I kind of like because I've been actually adding, at least to my stuff, like spin and quick, which have been telling the quarterback how to open up. So I kind of understand what they've got going on here, which is interesting. They put it into numbers, and that way they kind of are having the same thing versus spin, which is SN versus QK for quick for me. So I get it. You just have to understand, hey, that's what's going on, because most of us have been taught a 2-letter back system, like it's a 2 back to the 8 hole, and then maybe if there's a 3-digit call, maybe like it was 1 was you're going to snap to the quarterback, 2 was to the tailback, so it would have been like a 227, which would have been snap to the 2 back. 2 back is going to the 7 hole, but this is totally kind of different. In this 3-digit system, you have the formation, then this series of how the backs in the backfield are going to go on their paths. And so you've got that. So the team, 15, 13 or whatever kind of thing is kind of where it's a sprint out pass. 20 is their buck sweep, which is a fullback dive. And then the dive back's running outside the perimeter, outside of kind of a tackle, stretch, sweep. 30 is running. Both running backs are going to a point of attack. One will block. Possibly two will block. Quarterback will take it. But that's kind of what's going on there. 40 is a triple option veer thing. 50 and 60 and 70 are pass actions. 80 is basically a fullback lead option pass kind of thing. And 90 is like a lead option thing going on there. So I've got them listed out here. So here's what I'm talking about. So this would be the second number in the 3-digit series. So you've got like a 1, which would be that base wing T formation with the wing on the right. And then you could say, okay, 2. So 1, 2. 2 is going to be this series here where fullback has got a dive, and then the dive back is going to go on a sweep, and the quarterback kind of boots around high. That's what that 20 play action in the backfield is going to look like. The 30 series, which could be the second number, instead of 1, 2, you would have 1, 3. This is the other running kind of series action where the fullback's going to lead and then the dive back is going to run the ball there, and the quarterback is going to kind of boot up around again. So you've got that. And of course, please, any wing T guys that really knows this better, please make some comments in the comments below if I'm screwing this up. But we're all kind of learning this now together, but I'm pretty sure this is where it's good. I spent a lot of time on it this morning. So here's the other main run series, is this 80 series where you've got the fullback kind of coming over here, belling it off tackle, and then the DB's going to perimeter, and then the quarterback's going to sweep option, kind of there. With that. So those are the three main run series from what I get. I mean, you could, if you're into doing a bunch of option stuff, you could do the 40 veer triple option or the 90 lead option. I could see maybe doing some of the lead option stuff where I'm not actually optioning, but I'm actually either just going to run it or pitch it. So I could see maybe 90 being in here. So if I had, if I did, let's say, a 180, what would that be? A 180. Well, we'll talk about that here in a minute before we get too far. So this is the second number in the 3-digit call. Formation and then series. Formation is 1. Series is 2 in the 3-digit. And so here is the third number. And that's basically the point of attack. And that's why these linemen are numbered here. So, and it's, from what they explained to me, it is where the block occurs on the main guy they're trying to get the back to run. So it's almost like a field positioning deal versus you're running to a certain hole number that maybe we've done in our offices that we've learned before for the ones that are having trouble understanding the wing T numbers. For all of us that have taught whole numbers, this is a little bit different. It's called the PAT kind of thing, and we'll look at that here in a minute. The other funky thing about this is you can see the linemen numbered here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's a 1 and a 9, and that's for plays that go outside. Any play outside of 2 or where they're lined up, that's a 1, because that's where the point of attack is going to occur. So that'd be like a wide sweep right here. Okay, it's not outside the wing back, it's outside the 2 as far as what I've read. And then the other thing is like an 8 here, the 9 is a wide sweep because it's going to be wider than that 9. So I guess the other thing is if we're looking at this and we said 7 was going to block toward like halfway toward 8, like right here, that's where they're going to run, is this block that's going to occur here, not at 7. That's kind of what I've read from that, but you wing T guys can certainly get back to me on that. But that's kind of what we've got going on here. So let's get back. So there's total of 5 parts. You've got your prefix, which is kind of like an I, maybe a double wing, pro, trips, quad, spread kind of thing, which is going to tell the backs and the ends maybe another formation to line up in that is kind of different than the wing T or a formation call. So it kind of adds a little bit there. I is one of their keys, so and pro, so that's that. And that's a possible. So in this example down here, it's spread. Okay, so that's going to spread out the receivers and tell the wingback to do something a little bit different. And then every play will have a formation call. They've got the 9 formation. So let's go back up and look at a 9. So there's the 9. Okay. And then a 2. Here's the 2. That's the action. And then a 9 is where it's going as far as the point of attack, and right here. So as you can see, if we take a look, and they've got trap option, which is kind of a blocking call, so which is the suffix. So there's the 5 parts. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it again. I don't know why I didn't get that one on that chart, but it's not there, so that's okay. And so here's the play as it's drawn up in the, let's see, the Delaware Wing Team 101 plays by Raymond and Kimsky. And this is right out of that, so I'm going to show you where you could get some of these. And so there it is. So we're in a spread 929 trap option. So the spread, we've put that, it tells this guy to do this over here. It pulls them out wide. 929, that's the action. That's the backs right here, how they're going to be aligned. And then the 2 is this action with the fullback hitting here and this back coming out here. And then here is the 8. I should have got, I guess that's because the block is here. And if he comes on out, there is, he's going to be outside of that block, which is the 9. I'm assuming there. Okay. So we've got that. And then I've got the trap option. So we've got an option here. And then here's the guard. I guess they're calling that a trap. I'm not sure that's a trap, but that's probably what's going on there. So those are the calls for that. So that is that. And that's how I think that play call system is working. So let's try to do one here. I'm not sure if I can do it here, but I've got a 100 set up here on this field chart. They're in a typical 100 set, I believe. Let's go back and look at it. So it's 100. So let's go back up here to 100. Here it is. I've got a split here, and the wing back's over there, and the dive back is here. So yeah, so there is that. So now I want a series. And what series do I want? I want to do a lead right here into the 2 area. I'm going to do a lead into the 2 area. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab this and copy this. And I'm not going to draw every block, but I want this to occur kind of right here. And if I go with a 2 series, so it's a 3 series, which is the lead block. Okay. So I'm going to go with a 3 series as my second number. So this is going to be a 3. Okay, because I'm going to get, let's go back here. This boot out backside, fullback's going to lead, and then the back is going to hit that hole. So the fullback is going to lead, and I'm going to kick out here with the fullback here on that, right? So that gives me the lead. The quarterback, oh, I got to pull up here. The quarterback's got to come out of this. Let's see. He's going to come out of this here like that. We'll format this so it's a little bit wider. You guys can see how I do this here. Black in there. Okay, so he's coming out of that. He fakes this handoff here. He's coming out of here. And then right here, this guy now is going to come across and then hit that 2 block, and we're going to make him red. We're going to make that a 6. Make that a double, and then make that, and then we're going to turn him pink. I want to call that a 2, and that should equal a 132. I'm thinking that's how I would do it. So that's the play. That is a 100 formation, a 3 series group in the back. And then a 2, point of attack is right there. We're kind of going inside of that because that guy will block down. That's where I wanted to go. I had the full back, and I guess I could suffix that if I wanted to. We could play with that and say fullback, kick out, DN. So 132 fullback, kick out, DN. I don't know if that last part is a definite suffix, but that's a tag that I put on. So there I go. I've got the action of a 3 series play. 100 formation, and I'm going to the 2 point of attack block area. And that's kind of where I'm at. So just getting back to this group up there, since the original question was about the numbering, there's 5 total parts. You've got a prefix. You've got a 3-digit must-have on every play, which is formation, series, and point of attack. Point of attack is similar to a whole number. Series is kind of like the back numbering system, but it's more of the action of the back and paths of the back in the backfield to get to the point of attack. And the formation is where the wing backs and ends line up based on that call. And then the last part of it is a tag suffix of if it's a dive, pass, whatever kind of funky block you want there. So that is the parts of the traditional Delaware wing tee play numbering. For all you wing tee guys, if I have messed that up or you can add some stuff to that, please do so. That would be awesome. Hopefully this has answered the Delaware wing tee numbering system. Now, of course, your son, whoever the guy that asked me about that, who's in high school, that's high school's running this, their numbering system could be different. You need to find out if they're running that traditional Delaware wing tee or if he's like me and some of these other guys. We have kind of combined numbering systems, and they can kind of be some of our own. So you need to kind of take a look at that. I do want to thank these resources. I leaned heavily on the original book here. It's not the original, but it's kind of a updated version of the Delaware Wing Tee Running Game by Raymond and Kimsky. Big help there. Also, Schroyer's the Wing Tee book that I've had for a while, along with David Nelson's book, who is the inventor of the Wing Tee. That absolutely love that. There's some plays in there. There was a PowerPoint by Coach Thurman that I found out on the internet. The Delaware Wing Tee, great little PowerPoint presentation if you could find it. Then there was some links here. Delaware Wing Tee, Elements of Offense over at College in Magnolia. I found on Football X and O's a Delaware 1975 playbook by Raymond, which was really good, which helped out. There's the Wing T coach, who had some basic stuff over there that confirmed up everything that I was seeing in all these books. There was some stuff by the LHA Viking High School football, it looks like. There's the link there that had some basic Wing T information there that firmed up some things that I was missing. There was some good history on Dave Nelson and Tubby Raymond there on the Wing T and the rise and fall of that. That was good. And then, of course, Coach Wyatt, his double wing site, he had some stuff, and I've looked at his stuff forever. So I just looked at what he was doing, and it kind of firmed up all the stuff that I've been reading, so I knew I was kind of on target there. And then, of course, my stuff over coachparker.org. But kind of like you guys, I'm kind of learning this traditional wing tee. Now, when I do my wing tee book, it's going to be in my verbiage, because that's how we're going to come in and out of the Beast and our Wildcat stuff. I'm not going to keep all this traditional stuff, but I will have a little, I guess probably this section on the traditional wing tee in the book, so you guys can take a look at that and go through that. But I hope that answered the question for some of you guys. And like I said, please, you Delaware wing tee guys, if I've messed that up, please let me know ASAP so I can put out another video and kind of adjust that. Hope you liked it. If you did, please comment below. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notify button. Leave me some messages. Contact me anytime. This is Coach Parker with coachparker.org. Thanks for joining me today. Look for my wing tee formation selected youth football plays book coming out in the next month or so. And remember to play for fun, because winning is funner. Thanks a lot, guys. Ciao.